I'm just trying to get my client some money. There's some nefarious things going on behind the scenes. Whether or not Nick provided the actual information in regards to his employer, whether or not he had a deal with the employer not to
Sure.
pay. We did not file a response. I was
Okay.
just retained. I
Okay.
did,
All
yeah.
right. All right. No problem. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we are here in the matter of Jameson versus Busuk, case number 23-06095 DM. So this is your motion. What is going on with your income?
So actually changed jobs. I switched from another tree company that is
But
basically doing,
you're still doing tree work, correct?
yes, yes, sir.
Why did you switch the jobs?
The winter work slowed and it looked like he was going to go out of business, so I took up other opportunities.
And it's a little bit less pay, but not much less pay, correct?
Yeah, it's $3 less an hour.
Um, Ms. Myers, any input on this? I mean, I've always had problems with lawn services because they do go in and out of business, and sometimes if you see the handwriting on the wall, normally if somebody leaves their job through no fault of their own, or through fault of their own, I kind of hold them to the old income. The problem is this is not one of those jobs that is continuous or steady for the most part, at least in my experience. So
It's my understanding that he voluntarily,
I understand, yeah,
yeah,
voluntarily, but if he's got evidence that, possibly he wasn't getting any work, that doesn't help.
no, that's not the case. Actually, he just moved on to a different job. The company
Right.
that he worked for is still in business. It's been in business for quite a while.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're stepping into a courtroom where confusion, missing paperwork, and questionable motives collide right from the start. The judge opens by probing the defendant's sudden job change, and tension builds as both sides hint at hidden issues behind unpaid support. This early exchange sets the foundation for everything that follows, showing cracks in the story before anyone even realizes how deep they run.
So it was more an issue of he recently got called into court because he's 10 grand or whatever behind,
Right.
and now he all of a sudden has a
Well,
new job.
considering if you're saying that he was steady there and he's 10 grand in behind, my question would be this, because we take the money from the employer, not from the parties, which means if there's a steady income, why would there be an arrearage?
It's my understanding that there was an issue with the income withholding order, and
Okay.
my client did bring it to the attention, but just so the court also is aware, Mr. Jameson has been very vocal about the fact that my client would not get money. And there were some
Well,
discussions between him and the employer.
right. Okay.
And I haven't seen
Yeah.
an income withholding order at all, even go out
You,
to
you
it.
you won't. The income withholding orders go only to the employer because of the
Right.
information. Yeah, because of the information contained within them. It's kind
Right.
of personal, and that's why the court never sees an income withholding order either, because
So,
we don't need it.
I'm,
This was just
I'm
recently entered. That's why I'm trying to. Well, actually, it's been almost 2 years, correct?
correct. 2023. When was your, yeah,
Yeah,
23. That's,
2023. Well, It
yeah.
was it was in it was fall of 2023. Sir, how long did you work at that place?
I would say about 3 years. And in January, he told us that we were going to be laid off until March. And that's when I looked for another job, went through the.
Do you have that in writing?
Yeah, I can probably find a text from.
All right, guys, this is where the judge starts pulling on threads that unravel fast. As the defendant claims he switched jobs due to winter layoffs, the judge presses harder, questioning why a supposedly steady job left a $10,000 arrearage behind. The attorney hints at behind-the-scenes conversations between the defendant and his employer, raising the possibility that the missing payments weren't an accident. The judge senses the inconsistency and signals this won't be brushed
12
aside.
months, you can probably ask for a child support review one way or the other. but the idea is to make sure that we get that money flowing. So bottom line, sir, regardless, you need to contact the front of the court with your job change to inform them where to send the new income withholding order to, so you don't become more and more in arrears.
There,
So if you-
and
Yeah,
this week we did put in a withholding.
okay, to your new
So
employer?
yes, sir. The first withholding came out this week.
Good. In that case, then the money should start flowing, Ms. Myers, and then we'll find out if it's appropriate to adjust. Because I also had a question as to, I believe she was held at 0 income. Why was that? Is your client
Actually, I think
disabled?
she was imputed. She provides all the childcare, Your Honor, so
Okay.
that Mr. Jameson, it's the way that their marriage was set up as well, so that Mr. Jameson can work.
Right.
So he can work anytime he wants, which is why I was also going to bring up the fact that he works significant amount of overtime as well.
Understood.
So yeah, so there's no
That's
childcare.
why I'm questioning this. I'm not making this an automatic.
Right, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, no, she was held at 0 income. That's
And
also
I think it's because
Here's where the room tightens. As childcare responsibilities and zero income status get dissected, the judge warns both sides that the new guideline review may hurt either of them. The attorney pushes the point that her client is owed thousands and even suggests a possible outstanding warrant. That's when the judge snaps into full accountability mode, reminding everyone that incorrect support orders create chaos, and now he intends to dig deeper.
not hurt either party either.
there's
But I
one
also
more
want to get it.
thing.
I also want to get it correct, because let's face it, like I said, when we find it incorrect, we find it imbalanced, and then nobody gets any money. It just winds up chasing tails, and that's not worth it. So what's your
Um,
question, Miss Myers?
One other thing, so we're gonna come before the court in September because my client is currently pregnant and due. So there would be a change in September, either way.
Oh, okay. So it may be that we have to look at it now because of his change, if it's an appropriate change, and we'll have to look at it again in September when there is another change. Okay. But her birth, if she's held at 0 income, ain't gonna change anything. So unless you want her imputed and that income then offset by her new child, that's fine. But if she's at 0 and stays at 0, birth of a new child won't change the mathematics here.
Right.
You have to have income to deduct from. And since the party set this up at her at 0, you don't have a change of circumstance from that one.
Yeah,
You
I'm
could
just trying
ask
to
for
get
it, but be
my client-
careful again what you ask for.
Right. I'm just trying to get my client some money because there is such a
Well,
huge arrearage. I think there might actually be a warrant too that might be.
That's why I'm
being
warning him,
issued.
and that's why I'm going to look at
Mhm.
this a little bit more closely.
Things peak here as the attorney repeats concerns about nefarious actions, hinting the defendant may have coordinated with his employer to avoid payments. The judge fires back with case law that crushed employers for similar conduct, making the warning unmistakable. Then the tax return issue hits, revealing withheld filings and confusion over claimed dependents. By the end, the judge orders a settlement conference, making it clear the situation is about to get serious. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.